Hello, Carmen Molitor with the Pinnacle Team at RE/MAX Properties, here with Ryan Jahnke from 719 Lending, here to talk about reverse mortgages some more. We've had a few videos out there. If you've missed them, please check them out on our Facebook page. And this one, we're going to talk about how a lot of our clients use the reverse mortgage as a part of their financial planning, their long-term planning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I hear from a lot of people like, oh, I don't need a reverse mortgage,
right.
Meaning like I'm not hurting like monthly financially,
or I'm
right?
not old enough yet.
Or I'm not old enough yet. That's true. That's another reason why you wouldn't need it. But some of the powerful applications of using a reverse mortgage would be, let's say there's a couple and they have their house free and clear, right? And even with a free and clear home, for someone who doesn't need the money, if they can put a reverse mortgage on that home, it would have a very large line of credit. Now, this line of credit can be accessed at any time and for the life of both spouses. So if one were to pass and they're down to one Social Security check instead of two, and other expenses are more, there would be, who knows, like several $100,000 accessible for that remaining spouse for the rest of their life to enable them to live in that home. Yeah. So that's one of the really powerful applications.
That's really cool. I've seen so many families personally impacted by this, where when both spouses were still alive and one might have become disabled because of a stroke, or that was my story, my stepdad became disabled because of a stroke, then the spouse is there to care for that person. What happens then when that spouse dies and now they're left? Who's going to care for them? Yeah. Right? Especially if the kids don't live nearby. Yeah. And so using the money that would normally go towards a mortgage payment, or maybe they didn't sitting in the house that they can't access, now they can use that money to pay for in-home care, as an example, right?
Yeah, because you never know when these expenses are going to come.
Right. Yeah.
And so, just setting it up ahead of time. And these loans last for a lifetime. It's not like a home equity line of credit that shuts down after 10 years or something.
Right.
It doesn't. And the money that's accessible in the line of credit, it grows every year. So even that allows it to be an even more effective tool.
That's really awesome.
There's one other application that there was some great research that was published a couple years ago. The Journal of Financial Planning did a study of 20 million people.
Oh,
and the short of it, is that people who get a lot of their living expenses from portfolio assets, what happens if the stock market crashes, right? And then they have to sell those to get their living expenses. It really makes it so their assets don't last for their lifetime.
Right.
But if people also have a reverse mortgage where on down years they can get living expenses from the reverse, so that they can maintain ownership of those portfolio items till they go back up in value, it reduced people's exposure to risk by 10 times.
Wow.
So it's it truly is a powerful tool.
Well, and I hear a lot of people say, well, I want to leave my house to my kids.
Yep.
When I die, that's what I'm going to give them. Well, if you're not paying, if you have the money to pay for those other expenses and you don't have to tap into your investments,
yep.
right? Then you leave your investments for your kids.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just kind of which bucket of it is it coming out
exactly,
of, right?
Right.
So, and if you can have that bucket stay and you're still now in a position where you're not worried about your expenses every month, then that's a win-win in my mind.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's awesome.
I love that it opens up options for people.
Yeah, very cool. Awesome. Well, if you'd like more information about reverse mortgages and how they work and if it's a good fit for you, please have your financial planner call Ryan, or you call Ryan.
Yeah,
Maybe all three of you can sit down and have a conversation about how that might work for your benefit. How can they reach you, Ryan?
Call me on my cell phone. It's 719-210-5517.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.